big Ripple holders. Let's take a look at that.
Is in here.
There's some big news that came out today, and I'm really wondering, everyone is talking about big news. So what is it really? Because every single day for Ripple, we get about, probably like 300, 400 million views, and I try to combine it right into the one video. So smash that like button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you all. But this time, we're going to be checking if this news is going to be worth for Ripple to go to $4.
Get straight into it. Now, first, I want to talk to you about some very significant numbers that came out here today and their importance for XRP holders. Because we have the U.S. Treasury here today post a 291 guys, billion with a B, budget deficit for July. Now, why is that important? For two reasons. Number one, this is the second largest of any Julys ever in history. So this is a very large number. Second off, we now have interest rate cuts in terms of percentage.
So yeah, US has a lot of deficit because right now, the first year Trump came into basically becoming the president, there was a lot of money spending. But the money spending isn't bad as long as the country is really productive. So don't think of this as like a start of a recession, because you can have big deficits, but if you are earning a lot of income, it is not a bad thing at all. Just look at XRP. There's plenty of people selling, but because it's getting more inflows or people buying, that's why the price goes up. So very simple economics.
99% for essentially every single source out there that is worth listening to. Yesterday we were sitting at 90, 95. Now essentially every source out there is showing the chances at 99% higher for an interest rate cut in September. Now,
I feel like it's almost like 100%. If it didn't get rate cut now, the only thing that would happen is if something so bad happened, which I can't even mention on YouTube, is that we would be entering a full-on recession. The stock market would crash like 60%.
Yesterday, guys, I talked about how I wouldn't be surprised if Jerome Powell came out and stuck it to Donald Trump once more, because we know the games they play. But what this shows us essentially is that we are going to see interest rate cuts at some point in time. Don't know if it's going to come in September, but it will come, and trillions will come with it, flowing in globally, because it won't just be the U.S. We're going to see other countries around the world start cutting rates as well. Now, do we need to see interest rate cuts to see XRP moon? Absolutely not. And I want to talk to you about something Donald Trump said here today. I know many of you are aware.
There's actually plenty of ways for the price to grow. It's not just interest rate cuts. I feel like they're slightly priced in, like people are already expecting them. So don't be disappointed when you only see, XRP 5% up that day or 7% up. Sure, people will buy, but we saw this in the past history. Big news, and then we got a total nothing burger, right? We didn't get any news at all. So with the SEC case drop, that wasn't the case, but there was plenty of times of news when we heard this date, XRP Ripple case is gonna change the world. And guys, we didn't see anything. Then suddenly on a Friday or a Monday, you're sitting at home and you see XRP up 40%. This is how crypto works. It works very fast.
What he said on crypto, but I want to play you this quick clip as a recap and to discuss what he and his son Eric said here today. Check it out.
Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after?
Now, guys, what he was talking about there as far as the upgrade in this financial system and, how the system right now is decades old, the plumbing needs fixed, and how you and I as Americans, or whether you're in Europe or countries that actually have financial infrastructure already with banking established, we don't see it as much or feel it as much because
I feel like I couldn't call it like a destroyed system because the U.S. country is very well developed. I would call it more of a financial upgrade where everything gets faster, people save time, and in terms they become more productive. Productivity is good for the economy. And this is exactly what Trump wants to do. He wants to enable XRP Ripple by literally making these bank transfers faster, more automated, so people can focus being productive on more other things.
Have credit cards and debit cards and so forth. But those transactions can take days to weeks, and the system behind the scenes is ancient. And so we need this upgrade. Stablecoins, RLUSD being the most compliant, and XRP to bridge it all together. He didn't say XRP or RLUSD in that clip, and a lot of people will FUD that, but you're never going to have it that way. We've got to be able to see and watch what they are doing and saying, because we got to be able to read through the lines. We got to be able to research and know what is happening. What makes XRP so special is a settlement payment cryptocurrency. And so as much as I would love him to post every single day the ticker symbol XRP and talk about XRP every single day,
that's not going to happen. He's not going to mention it because in my opinion, he's keeping his options open. If there's someone that gains more than XRP, he could literally go for that company. He's looking for a crypto-based company that will be the best payment provider. That's what I feel like is on Trump's mind right now. He wants the best one to win. And right now it's XRP, but you never know. Maybe it's going to be another one. Maybe another one is going to do something better, and they're going to do some task to ask XRP, so they're going to give some task to them and the other task to the other one. So that's why he hasn't mentioned directly which coin. He's not playing favorites. He's playing the winners.
Even though he has posted about XRP in the past, it's never going to happen that way, guys. So we got to listen closely on what's being said. And right now, hands down, XRP will be the winner. Now, a lot of people are looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and saying, why are they rising a little bit here today and XRP isn't on certain days? We've got XRP up 462% on the yearly, Ethereum up 74%, and Bitcoin 98%.
So 384% is 4 times more than Ethereum and Bitcoin. That's why XRP stock so much. It gives more returns than Bitcoin. And again, yes, Bitcoin is like in the spotlight right now, but XRP gave bigger returns than Bitcoin this year. It's just that over the last 2 years, I feel like Bitcoin went from 120K, it went like 600% up.
So XRP obviously is beating them by miles. So we got to be careful in looking at the day-to-day. We had Fartcoin up 28% here today, guys. Fartcoin. Do we think that Fartcoin is going to upgrade the financial system? As we heard here today,
I feel like we're going to get the same scenario as 2021. A lot of these cryptos will disappear. A lot of these cryptos with no utility.
Trump, our banking system is failing. Crypto is the future. But is Fartcoin the future of finance, or is it XRP? We know that Bitcoin can't do what XRP is or able to and capable of doing by code, but Fartcoin could be up 28%, 35%, and down the same amount the next day. Those are highly speculative, volatile assets. XRP is a cryptocurrency. I'm able to, you're able to, most of us are able to sleep well at night in knowing the connections we have here with the institutions and those that matter. And so the important message I wanted to put out here today, as we start to see what is unraveling, right? And we take a look at what's happening with Ethereum, inflows, net inflows coming in, piling in with the ETFs, knowing the institutions are in more than ever. We see Ethereum rising over 30% in a week off ETF inflows. Take a look at the price of Ethereum, guys, versus XRP. And people want to tell me with a straight face that XRP can't go to $100 when it is designed to be of a high value. That party in Indiana is going to happen much faster.
Like, people are already calling for the bull run to be over right now. I mean, we waited 4 years for this. 4 years for XRP to do this. 4 years for the lawsuit to be over. And people are calling it just before even the corporations can legally come in. So right now, most of these corporations cannot buy XRP. They're going in big. And that's what makes it unlike anything we've ever seen before.
And many think, I do believe. And this is a cryptocurrency still to this day being slept on, sitting in single digits. We got Bitcoin here today that hit 122,000. as a store of value. And behind the scenes, what's happening? We're showing you whales are buying. We just recently covered how almost $1 billion in tokens were bought, while what did retail do? Sold. And so here we go again. As I stated yesterday, people getting a little bit anxious. When's the next move? When's the next move? Got to understand this is the most anticipated altcoin for what is coming. Upgrade of the financial system. When they tell us, we have to listen. So one of the most important points of this video and a quick takeaway is understanding where we are at in this digital revolution, because what we heard today was Trump essentially talking about RLUSD and XRP without actually saying it. This is how early we are, because
I feel like Trump doesn't want to mention XRP yet. As I said, doesn't want to play favorites. Once the right time comes, once he announces the winner, it might be XRP. And that will really boost the price, in my opinion. But he's already been very vocal. Microchips, AI, stocks, crypto. This is what he wants to source from US and not from other countries. This is going to be the future, AI. Now, when I first heard it, I thought it was going to be like NFTs. But now I see the power of it. And I feel like Trump is doubling down on technology. Look at NVIDIA. It's the biggest US gainer. Look at all these US stocks, like 4 of them are literally coming from US. So we are going to be entering probably a US-based era of crypto companies, probably maybe the next Google. You know, could it be XRP leading the wave? I feel like we're still super early in crypto. So from 1 to 10 of how early we are in crypto right now, I would say about a 4. Or maybe like a 3.5 if 10 is like, you know, already missing everything that's going to happen with crypto. So 1 was when crypto was created, and 3.5 was like 2021 or 3. So yeah, just we're still super early, and it's going to take like multiple years, but Trump is going to be in office multiple years, which is the good news. XRP has a lot of time to grow. You know, these gains, like a lot of them will not come overnight as people expect. They will be coming, you know, step by step, breaking new barriers.